Welcome back to my channel. In this tutorial, I will teach you how to make this hat or beret, and this hat can be worn on both sides. So we have the spiral pattern. When we flip it on the other side, we have this beautiful pattern. I'm not sure what it's called, but it can be worn on both sides and it is just beautiful. For this tutorial, I'll be using this Premier yarn, which is 100% acrylic. Also scissors, this 4.5mm hook, and also some darning needle. I'll now start by doing a magic circle. Now chain 1, and this does not count as a chain. We will now make 20 double crochet in the center. So yarn over, '18, 19, and 20. You can adjust your circle. We will now make a slip stitch in the first chain right here, pull through, okay. We will not chain 1. What we're going to do is make a front post single crochet around this chain right here, and then we're going to chain 2, and this counts as a front post double crochet. So now we're going to make a double crochet in between this space, not in the chain, but in between this space between the front post and the next double crochet. So we're going to make a double crochet in this space, then a front post double crochet around this double, again a double crochet in between the space beside the front post double crochet and the next double, then a front post double crochet around next double. This will be our pattern for the remainder of this row. Again, a double crochet in between the space beside the front post double crochet and the next double crochet, then a front post double crochet around the next double. Continue this pattern and I'll meet you at the end of the row. So now we're coming up to the end of round 2, and your last stitch should be after your front post double crochet, your last stitch should be a regular double crochet in between the space. We will now make a slip stitch at the top of our chain 2. And you should now have 20 double crochet and 20 front post double crochet at the end of your round 2. So now we're going to start round 3. So we will not chain 1, we will do a front post single crochet around the previous front post, and chain 2, 1, 2. We will now do 2 double crochets in between the space beside the front post double and the next double crochet. 1 and 2. We will now skip this double crochet and we will now work a front post double crochet around this next front post double crochet. So we're keeping them in line. So another front post double crochet around this front post double, and again 2 double crochet in between this space right beside the front post double and the next double crochet. 1 and 2. Then skip this double crochet and make a front post double in the next front post double crochet. 2 double crochet in between the space. 1 and 2. Skip this double crochet and make a front post double crochet around this front post double crochet. And again 2 double crochet, 1 and 2. Skip this double crochet and make a front post double crochet around this front post double. And we will continue this pattern for the remainder of round 3, and I'll meet you at the end. So now coming up to the end of round 3, we will finish with 2 double crochet in between the space between the front post double and the next double crochet. So 1 and 2, and we will do a slip stitch into the second chain at the top of the second chain. At the end of round 3, you should have 20 front post double crochets and 40 double crochets. So now to start round 4, we will again do a front post single crochet around the previous front post, and then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and this count as a front post double crochet with a chain 1. You're going to place 2 double crochets in this space right beside the front post double and the next 2 double crochets. So 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. Then we're going to skip these 2 double crochets and make a front post double crochet around this front post double crochet, and then chain 1. Again, 2 double crochets in this space beside the front post and the 2 doubles, 1 and 2, and skip these 2 double crochets and make a front post double crochet around this front post double crochet and chain 1. Again, 2 double crochet in this space, 1 and 2, front post double crochet. So skip these 2 double crochets, make a front post double crochet and chain 1, and we will continue this pattern all the way around until we meet back at the end. And now we're almost at the end of round 4, and you will end with 2 double crochet in this space right beside the front post and the last 2 doubles. So your last 2 stitches would be 2 double crochets. We'll now make a slip knot into the second chain. So now for row 5 or round 5, front post single crochet, chain 3, 1 2 3. This counts as a front post double crochet with a chain 1. You now put 2 double crochet in between this space of your front post double crochet and 2 double crochet, 1 and 2. Then we will then skip 2 double crochets and place a front post double crochet around this front post double crochet and chain 1. Again, 2 double crochet in between the space, 1 and 2. Then skip 2 double crochet, put a front post double crochet around this front post double, chain 1. Again, 2 double crochet in between the space of your front post double crochet and your 2 double crochets. Then a front post double crochet around this front post and chain 1, and we will continue this pattern all the way around for row 5, and I'll meet you back at the end. Here we are at the end of row 5. We will do a slip stitch at the second chain, now for row 6 we'll do a front post single crochet around that front post, and we will now chain 3, 1 2 3. This counts as a front post double crochet with a chain 1. We will now do 3 double crochets in this space beside the front post double and the 2 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. We will now skip these 2 double crochets and make a front post double crochet around this front post double crochet. We will always work the front post double crochets in the previous front post double crochets, and this is what gives us the spiral, and this is how it is going to look. It will come together in the end. Put our front post double crochet. We will now chain 1, then 3 double crochet in this space. 1, 2, and 3, and then a front post double crochet, chain 1, 1, 2, and 3. Skip 2 double crochets, front post double crochet, and chain 1, and continue until you reach the end of the row, and I'll meet you back there. We'll end with 3 double crochets, and we now do a slip stitch in the second chain, and that's the end of round 6. So now for round 7, we'll do a front post single crochet, and then we will chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this counts as a front post double crochet with a chain 2. All right, we will now do 3 double crochet in this space. 1, 2, and 3. So we'll skip these 3 double crochets and put a front post double crochet around this front post double crochet and chain 2. 1, 2. We will then put 3 double crochet in this space beside the front post double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. Skip the 3 previous double crochets here and put a front post double crochet around the front post double crochet and chain 2. 1, 2. So 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And then skip these 3 double crochets and do a front post double crochet and chain 2. And we will continue this pattern all the way around until we are at the end of round 7. At the end of round 7, you will have 3 double crochet. Also, you will have a total of 20 front post double crochets and 60 regular double crochets in these stitches of round 7. We will now end this round with a slip stitch in the second chain. This is what it's looking like so far. We will now go ahead and start round 8. Round 8 is similar to round 7. So we will start with a front post single crochet. Again, we chain 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and this counts as a front post double crochet with a chain 2. And now we will do 3 double crochets in this empty space or this open space beside the front post and the 3 double crochets. So in that space we go ahead and do 3 double crochets. So that's 1, 2 and 3. Then we'll skip 3 chains, these 3 double crochets, and we will do a front post double crochet around that front post double crochet. We will then chain 2, 1, 2. Again in that space, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3. Skip 3 double crochets, a front post double crochet in the next front post double crochet and chain 2. Again 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and 3. We'll skip these 3 double crochets and put a front post double crochet around the front post double and chain 2. And we repeat this pattern all the way around, and I'll meet you at the end of this round. Now we're at the end of round 8, and we will finish. We always finish our row with double crochets, and we have 3 double crochets here. And we will now do a slip stitch in the second chain at the top. And we will have 20 front post double crochets and 60 regular double crochets in that round. Okay, to start round 9, we will now do a front post single crochet as always. We will then chain 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. This counts as a front post double crochet with a chain 2. We will now do 4 double crochets in this space in between the front post double crochet and the 3 double crochets. We will now do 1, 2, 3 and 4 double crochets. We'll skip these 3 double crochets and put a front post double crochet around that front post double and chain 2, and this will be our pattern for round 9. Again 4 double crochets, 1, 2, 3 and 4, then a front post double crochet and chain 2, and we will continue this pattern all the way around, and I'll meet you back at the end of this round. So here we made it to the end of round 9, and we ended with 4 double crochets. We will now do a slip stitch in the second chain at the top. You should still have 20 front post double crochets and 80 regular double crochets for that round. We will now start round 10 by doing a front post single crochet. All right, we will now chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and this counts as a front post double crochet with a chain 3. So we will now do 4 double crochets in this space beside the front post double crochet and the 4 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we will skip these 4 double crochets and do a front post double crochet around the next front post, and we will now chain 3, 1, 2, 3. So 4 double crochets in that space, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we will skip 4 double crochets and place a front post double crochet around this front post and chain 3, 1, 2, 3. This will be our pattern for round 10. Again, 4 double crochets in that space, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Skip 4 double crochets and place a front post double crochet around that next front post double crochet and chain 3. So please repeat this pattern all the way around until you make it to the end of round 10. We've now made it to the end of round 10. We ended with 4 double crochets, and we will now do a slip stitch in the second chain at the top, and if you want a bigger hat, I would suggest you repeat round 10. So you could pause this video and do another round of round 10 to increase the size of your hat. So round 11, 12, and 13 are all going to be the same. So let's start our round 11. So we start again by doing a front post single crochet around the previous front post. We will now chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this counts as a front post double crochet with a chain 2. We will now do 4 double crochets in between the space of our front post and our 4 doubles. So we'll do 4 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we will skip these 4 double crochets, and we will now do a front post double crochet around this front post double and chain 2, 1, 2. Again, so 4 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Skip these 4 doubles, do a front post double crochet, and chain 2. So this will be our pattern for round 11, 12, and 13, but you can meet me at the end of round 11. We have now reached the end of round 11. We will now do a slip stitch in the second chain at the top. We slip stitch at the top of our chain 4. So now we will do row 12 and 13, the same as round 11. So for round 12, front post single crochet, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. This counts as a front post double crochet with a chain 2. So 4 double crochets in the open space between the front post double and the 4 double crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Skip these 4 double crochets, do a front post double crochet around the next front post double crochet and chain 2. So I will complete round 12 and 13 out, and I'll meet you back at the end of round 13. So now we made it to the end of round 13. We will now do a slip stitch at the top of our chain for the second chain of our chain 4. So for this round, we will be decreasing. So we'll be taking all these stitches down. So first we will chain 1. We will now insert our hook in the middle of this double or front post double stitch, and we will pull up a loop. We have 2 chains on our hook, then insert our hook back into this open space, pull up a loop. We have 3 chains on our hook. We will now pull through all and try to keep your stitches as tight as possible. Next we will insert our hook into the first double crochet, pull up a loop into the next, pull up a loop, 3 chains on our hook, yarn over and pull through all. Then the next 2 double crochets, insert, pull up a loop, insert, pull up a loop, 3 loops on our hook, pull through all, and again insert into the middle of our front post double crochet right in this space, pull up a loop, then into the next space again, pull up a loop, pull through all, then into the next double crochet, pull up a loop, into the next, pull up a loop, 3 loops on our hook, we pull through all, then to the remaining 2, insert, pull up a loop, again pull through all. Then for the front post, double, insert into the center, pull up a loop, then into this space, 3 loops, pull through all. Then we have 4 double crochets. So the first one we insert at the top, pull up a loop into the next, pull up a loop, pull through all, remaining 2, pull up a loop into the next, double crochet, we pull up a loop, we have 3 loops on our hook, we pull through all, keeping our stitches as tight as possible. One more time, insert into the center for front post, double crochet, now pull up a loop and into the space, 3 loops on our hook, we pull through all, into the first double crochet at the top, pull up a loop into the next, pull through all, into the next 2, and pull through all. And you will continue this pattern until you reach the end of this round. So now we're at the end of our decrease row 14. We will now slip stitch in the top of our chain 1. Alright, we will now, for row 15, we're on round 15, we will now chain 1. And for this round, we'll start by, okay, we will do a double crochet into the same chain, the first decrease, and we will do 1 double crochet in each chain all the way around. So 1 double crochet at the top of each chain. And I'll meet you at the end of round 15. So we made it back to the end of round 15. We will now do a slip stitch at the top of our first double. For round 16, we will now chain 1. We will now do a double crochet in the same stitch, and in the next double crochet, this double crochet, we will do a front post double crochet. So we yarn over, insert your hook around, bring to the front, let's say front post double crochet. In the next, we will do a back post double crochet, yarn over, insert from the back around to the back, yarn over, and that's a back post double crochet. Next, a front post double crochet, then a back post double crochet. Next, a front post double crochet, then a back post double crochet, and we will repeat this pattern all the way around. So it's front post, then back post, front post, then back post, and I will meet you at the end of round 16. Now we're at the end of round 16. We will now do a slip stitch at the top of the first double crochet, so we will now chain 1 and now do a regular double crochet in the same space as the previous double crochet, and we will now do a front post double crochet into the next front post double crochet. So in the front post double crochets we will do front post, in the back post we'll do back post, and so on. So in this front post double crochet we will do a front post double crochet, in the next back post double crochet we'll do a back post double crochet, the next front post double crochet, next a back post double crochet, again front post double crochet around the front post, and then a back post double crochet around the back post, and we will continue this pattern until we make it to the end of round 17. We are at the end of round 17. We will now make a slip stitch at the top of our double crochet, so now for round 18 it will just be a round of single crochets just to finish off the hat. Now for round 18 we'll start by chaining 1, and we'll do a single crochet in every chain all the way around until we finish this round. So we start by doing a single crochet, and we'll do 1 single crochet in each chain, all the way around 1 single crochet. So I'll meet you back at the end of this round. So now we're at the end of round 18, which is our last row. We'll now make a slip stitch at the top of our chain 1, then chain 1, cut your yarn and leave a little length to weave in. So we're going to pull, first we will weave in the tail in the center of our hat. So get your darning needle, and we'll just weave along the stitches. And then I'll just go the opposite direction. Now we'll cut. We'll just weave along the stitches. Try to hide it as best as possible. So now we will just cut our yarn. So this is the end of our tutorial. I hope you enjoyed. And this hat can be worn on both sides. How cool is that?